Hey, I'm Barbara O'Neill, and if you're over 50, feeling the effects of inflammation, stubborn weight gain, or concerned about cancer, then listen closely. The foods you eat play a powerful role in your health, and I'm here to show you 4 incredible anti-inflammatory foods that not only burn fat, but also help fight cancer. Ready to make simple changes that could transform your life? Let's dive in. And as a special thank you for joining me today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So, if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment about why you want to win my best-selling book. Now we're going to have a look at ginger. Ginger can be used internally and ginger can be used externally. Internally, it's an anti-inflammatory, but it's probably mostly known for its anti-nausea effect. If you buy car sickness or seasickness tablets, it's compressed ginger. Now the easiest way I think to have this is to grate it. So you grate it on that little grater, and you'll grate about a teaspoon, and you put it in a little teapot and pour boiling water on it, and let it sit probably 10 minutes. Now that might be too strong for you, but I love it. I love it like that. If it's too strong, you just water it down a little bit. If someone's very cold, maybe they've been caught out in the cold or something and it's very hard to warm them up, give them a cup of hot ginger tea and it will warm them up very nicely. So it can be used for nausea, it can be used to warm a person if they're chilled or cold. And you saw too, it is one of the recipes in the flu bomb. I was at a function, it was a health seminar, and in the break everyone went and had their herb teas, and there was a girl with a tiny little grater grating ginger. And I said, ginger. She said, I'm an entertainer, I'm a singer. She said, I was in Greece last year and I lost my voice. And a little Greek lady made me a hot ginger tea. She said, I sang that night. So she said, I travel with my little grater everywhere I go. So very nice on a sore throat or hoarse throat. Now we're going to look at what you can do with ginger externally. So I always take a plate and I always take the plastic square. Again, you can use a wool square next to that, but you still need that plastic backing so that it doesn't wet all your clothes and also so it insulates. And then we put a cloth over it, and it's usually around this size, and then I grate straight onto it. So why would I use a ginger poultice? I would use a ginger poultice for an inflamed joint. So the easiest way to remember this is ginger is for joints. So that would be gout, it would be arthritis, also a sore back, an inflamed back. Now when someone's got an inflamed back, they usually put a hot water bottle on it, is that right? But if the back is hurting because of inflammation, where's my knife? Here. The hot water bottle will relax, and you know the reason why the hot water bottle relaxes is because when we're in pain, the muscles around that area tighten and cramp. Basically, they go out in sympathy with the pain. And you put a hot water bottle on that and it relaxes those cramping muscles. So you do get some relief, but it does not help the inflammation. It can even make it worse. But ginger, if you apply a ginger poultice anywhere where there's inflammation, the ginger pulls the inflammation out of the joint to the skin, and the skin gets really hot. So if you apply this to the lower back, the heat relaxes the muscles, and yet the ginger is reducing the inflammation. So you do about that much, and then how you make the poultice is you put the left side over and the right side over, and the bottom comes up and the top goes down. So you can see I've made like a little package there. and then I turn that over, and the part that's touching the skin is where you've just got one layer. And the beauty of this little package also is that you've got a few layers behind, so that if it is quite wet, it will help to soak up any drips. And then you will apply that to the area. Now let's say that I have an inflamed joint, then you would apply it to the area there. But you can see, even with the plastic on that, not much is touching the skin. It's only the very edges. And then you bandage that on. Now if someone has an inflamed joint, say a wrist or an ankle or a knee or toes, we apply the ginger poultice, or even in a sore back, we apply the ginger poultice maybe about 6 o'clock in the evening. And within half an hour, if there's inflammation in there, the skin gets very hot. And then the person has the choice when they're going to bed, is that heat all right? Because if it's too hot, they can just take it off. But if it feels good to them, they can go to sleep. If you put it on just before bed and the skin gets really hot, it could wake up and cause discomfort. But when people have gout or arthritis, the heat is usually very, very nice. And again, for a sore lower back, it's very nice because, again, it pulls the inflammation out of the joint, and the heat relaxes those muscles that tend to cramp whenever there's pain. So again, you're just listening to the body. Now, this poultice, once it's used, because it's vegetable matter, has to be discarded, but you could make it in the afternoon and fold it over like that and use it that night. Now, let me tell you something many people don't realize. Ginger isn't just a spice you throw in your cooking for flavor. It's a powerful medicine. If you suffer from chronic inflammation, arthritis, or even gout, you need to understand the science behind this. Mainstream medicine won't tell you, but ginger can be more effective than those over-the-counter anti-inflammatories you're relying on. The heat from a ginger poultice pulls inflammation right out of your joints, which traditional painkillers don't do. Ginger doesn't just mask pain, it tackles the root cause, inflammation itself. And let's talk about nausea. Whether it's morning sickness, motion sickness, or nausea from chemo, ginger has been proven to outperform many prescribed medications. Why rely on pharmaceuticals when nature has the answer? Mainstream medicine wants to keep you hooked on pills. But the truth is, something as simple as ginger can truly transform your health. And we're going to look at a relative of the onion now, which is garlic. And this is a nice garlic. I always look for the purple ones. So you want to have a look at for the, I was going to say Australia, but I'm in America now. So I try not to get the Chinese ones. And if you press it down, you can open it up easily. And this is your natural antibiotic. In your book, there's a recipe for the flu bomb. And the flu bomb has crushed garlic in it. I don't say how much because it depends how much you dare. Some people can handle a couple of cloves. Some people can handle only 1 clove. Also a little bit of grated ginger. Sprinkle of cayenne pepper, or half a teaspoon if you can handle it. Drop of eucalyptus oil, only a drop. There's definitely a measurement there. One lady rang up and she said, "Barbara, I can't use this eucalyptus oil." I said, "Why not?" She said, "It says on the bottle, not fit for human consumption." I said, "We're not asking you to drink the bottle." It's 1 drop. In Australia, you can buy eucalyptus cough lozenges. What do you think's in the cough lozenges? Eucalyptus oil. So only 1 drop. Yes, you'd probably be in trouble if you drank half a cup, but I think that's a bit of common sense, isn't it? Now what I'm doing now, this is what you do to a baby. You could do it to a newborn baby, you could do it to any baby. So I've got a little cloth that's a strip, and that looks like about, 8 inches long, about a bit more than an inch wide, and I've put some fine slices of garlic on there. And I'm going to cover that over, and I'm going to pretend that the palm of my hand is the bottom of the foot. So I've got a layer of cloth between the fine slices of garlic and the skin. If that garlic touches the skin, it will blister the skin. Not so with the onion, but definitely with the garlic. And you can do this to a baby any age, and within a couple of minutes you can smell it on their breath, because it takes 1 minute for 1 drop of blood to go around the whole body. So this is a great way to get garlic into a baby if they've got a little bit of a chesty cough, or if they've got a head cold, a bit snuffly, then you can put the garlic on their feet. I used to put it on my son James. I realise now, and I didn't realise at the time, that we lived in a house that backed onto a swamp, so my children often got chest colds. When I moved to the rainforest, high and dry, no more chest colds, or very rare. But when he was 3, he used to get them a lot, so I'd finely slice the garlic, wrap it on his feet, put a sock and a shoe on, and send him off to play. So every step he takes, what's happening? A little bit more, a little bit more. At the end of the day, when I took his shoes and socks off, and the garlic off, the garlic was like bits of yellow dried leather, not one bit of juice left in it. It had all gone into James. So that's a way that you can get the garlic into the little ones. Although I find you crush garlic into mashed avocado and a bit of chopped tomato and salt, and put it on some crackers. I find even little ones will quite enjoy that. But garlic is a potent antibiotic, and you can use it as such. If you want to use it as an antibiotic, you would probably need probably at least 3 of those medium-sized cloves a day. And you could have it in the flu bomb, or you could crush it into a bowl of hot soup, or you could put it on a slice of sourdough toast and put avocado on top. But that garlic going in has a great effect for a chest cold or a head cold. Let me tell you the truth about garlic. It's one of nature's most powerful antibiotics, and yet most people underestimate its potency. If you're reaching for pharmaceutical antibiotics, you're missing out on what garlic can do. You crush a few cloves, mix them into avocado with some tomatoes, and you've got a natural remedy that fights off chest colds, head colds, and more. Don't believe me? Try it yourself. The pharmaceutical industry doesn't want you to know this, but garlic can outperform many prescription meds without the side effects. And here's a tip for parents. Even if your little ones won't eat it, finely sliced garlic wrapped on their feet gets absorbed into the bloodstream, treating colds faster than you'd expect. Forget the antibiotics with their long-term risks. Garlic is the real deal, and if you're serious about natural healing, it's time to embrace it fully. Dark green leafy vegetables are also alkaline forming. Dark green leafy vegetables we should be eating every day. That's your kale, that's your parsley, that's your, what you call them, collard greens. Do you know, I've never seen collard greens in Australia. You can tell I'm in Alabama. They're a popular food here, but we do have spinach and silver beet, kale. We should be eating something from the dark green family of vegetables every single day. And if you don't, you really should have a dose of green barley or super greens. Also vegetables. Vegetables have an alkaline effect. But there is a question mark with vegetables. I'm putting a question mark here because for some people these have an alkaline effect and sometimes an acid effect. There's the tomato and bell pepper, or in Australia we call that capsicum, Also eggplant, and some countries call this aubergine. And last is the potato. Now this is not the sweet potato. The sweet potato is actually not a potato. The sweet potato is a yam. I'm referring to the English potato or the Irish potato. This is the nightshade group of vegetables, and for some people they have an acid effect, and for some people they have an alkaline effect. Let me tell you what I have found with me. My mother died at 51, a cripple in a wheelchair with rheumatoid arthritis. I have strong inherited genes to that way. And my body says to me, a little tomato now and then. My body says to me, don't even touch the bell pepper. What happens if I touch it? Oh, it repeats on me all afternoon and my energy just goes. So I say, I'm hearing your body and I don't eat it. The eggplant, I have a little eggplant now and then, maybe twice a month. Potato, my husband's an Irishman. Potatoes must be in every main meal, so I have it probably most days. That's what my body tells me. I don't know what your body will tell you. Now, I could have 10 professors in front of me saying, this is ridiculous, Barbara. The bell pepper is a very good vegetable. It is high in antioxidants and vitamin C. You should be eating it. Who am I going to listen to? I've got to live in this body. That's why the fine-tuning is yours. No man on the planet can tell you the fine-tuning. Only your body can. Here's what no one is telling you. Dark green leafy vegetables like kale, parsley, and collard greens are crucial for your health, yet so many people skip them. You should be eating them every day, no exceptions. These greens are alkaline forming and help balance your body's pH. But let me get controversial for a second. Not all vegetables are created equal. Nightshades like tomatoes, bell peppers, and potatoes, they might be lauded by experts, but they can be highly inflammatory for some people, like me. My body flat out rejects bell peppers, and no matter what science says, I trust my body over any professor's opinion. The truth is, your body is the ultimate authority, not some research paper. These vegetables can be acid-forming for some and alkaline for others. Listen to your body. Ignore the noise, because only you know what works for you. We are all so different. We're all a combination of birth, genetics, experiences, and that's why I believe everyone should be their own doctor. There is another herb that you can take on the inside to get inflammation down, and that's turmeric. Turmeric's a very powerful herb internally to get the inflammation down.
How often or how much?
So, a teaspoon 3 times a day. Sure. If it's the fresh turmeric, you would triple that dose. If it's dried, then you bring it back. What most people don't realize is that turmeric doesn't just reduce inflammation, it targets it at its root. Unlike synthetic drugs that come with a laundry list of side effects, turmeric works harmoniously with your body. It helps fight chronic conditions linked to inflammation, like arthritis, heart disease, and even cancer. The best part, you don't need a doctor to prescribe it. Add it to your meals or take it as a supplement and let it work from the inside out. But here's where the controversy lies. Mainstream medicine downplays turmeric's true potential because there's no profit in natural remedies. Imagine a world where people healed themselves with simple, powerful herbs. How many pharmaceutical companies would lose billions? That's why you need to trust nature more than the system. Incorporate turmeric daily, and you'll start noticing the difference. Your joints, digestion, and overall energy levels will thank you. I hope you've learned just how powerful these anti-inflammatory foods can be in fighting cancer and burning fat. Remember, simple changes can transform your health. If you found this helpful, please like, share, comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more natural health tips. Stay healthy and empowered. Stay healthy.